Wagwan and what's up? Welcome back. It's Josh. We are back with episode 3 of Kenobi. Episodes 1 and 2 were phenomenal, 10 out of 10. Really good, especially the end of episode 2 where Reva turns around and says Anakin Skywalker is still alive, Darth Vader is alive, and you just saw the expression on Obi Wan of like sort of fear and worry and betrayal and sadness and all of this combined into one, and that was really powerful last episode. Episode 1 was much of an introduction of what Kenobi's been doing and what the series is going to actually focus on, and in episode 2 we saw him on the planet of what name I can't remember, trying to find Leia, and yeah, it was really good. So without further ado, I'm just really excited. I'm just going to try and get into it as quickly as possible. Without further ado, let's get into it. If you guys enjoy, remember to like and subscribe.
Only pain will you find.
Obi Wan.
This is really cool. First thing we're seeing is kind of Obi Wan trying to reach Qui-Gon again, with no success. We're hearing Yoda's voice. Reva, he's looking back on what she said. He's alive. Whilst as well, we're getting sort of Vader getting out of the back to tank. Very cool. Every time. It gives me chills every time. The suit up was very cool. It's still terrifying, of course. It's Darth Vader. I'm hoping to get some action, some Darth Vader action this episode. I'm very excited. I'm so excited.
Where is he?
We have probes out. We're tracking all possible exits.
So this is like one of the first times we're properly getting to explore Vader's castle. Obviously we got to see it a bit in Rogue One, but you know, I like the we're hearing Vader talk. Very cool. And he's talking to Reva, so I don't know whether he knows about Grand Inquisitor yet. I can't imagine he's going to be happy about that.
Trickster. Thank you.
I like that she started to trust Obi-Wan now. It means she, obviously episode 1, episode 2, she wasn't my biggest fan. She was very rebellious all over the place. But so far she's been quite calm, asking very good questions. So yeah, I can go with this.
The point is further north. That is if our new friend was telling the truth.
Why would he lie?
People are not all good, Leia.
Oof. Struck a nerve there. It's nice because we're seeing he's really going through it. Obviously, episode 1 and 2 was going through it as well. He's lived on his own for like 10 years. So he was struggling as it was, but then to find out Anakin's alive and his last mission as a Jedi, he technically failed. I think that's really going to screw with him, and we're going to see that quite a lot. And I think that might influence, because we know we're getting a Vader and Obi-Wan fight. I think that will influence his fighting style in that fight. Obi-Wan's always been very pure and followed the Jedi way and the light side, but we're really seeing sort of an agitated, more angry side of Obi-Wan. So I don't know whether that will play into it or if he'll be able to keep his cool or not. That's really cool. It's really playing into his head. The fact I didn't know if we'd see sort of, other than the 5-minute clip at the start of episode 1 where it was the flashbacks, but actually seeing Hayden as Anakin again, that is incredible. I think a theme I really just notice in everything Star Wars is there's always just a lot of space in every building ever. It's always just... Obviously it's underwater, so you've got the grass, but then it's just space. There's nothing else. Jedi Temple was the same, other than the pillars. It was just space, and I don't know why. I am really curious on why that's the design.
Unless you feel I should follow your orders instead. Send out the probes. Do it now.
She's brilliant. She really... I'm so interested in her backstory because she's so angry and she's frightening in a way. The way she commands the room no matter what, even when Grand Inquisitor was around, she didn't care. She just commanded, and she's got this hunt for Obi Wan. And I'm so curious on what the issue is, because it's more than just her becoming Grand Inquisitor. It has to be. She has this drive in her, and I'm really excited to watch them explore it.
It's where he met my mother. Before she...
She's not with us anymore. It's been a very difficult time.
Damn, Leia! Thinking on your feet. I like that. Smart. I gotta give her points. I gave her a lot of shit last episode, but I'll give her points this one.
I said it's not been easy. Sometimes when I look at Luma, I see her mother's face.
Oh, that's hot. That came from the heart. Oh dear.
lying to me.
Leia.
Are you my real father?
I mean, it's a fair question. I don't know why I'm laughing, but I'm just... Could you imagine Anakin? How much worse he would have been in Revenge of the Sith if he found out Padme two-timed him. Like, after the fact as well. After the fact, you know, the fight on Mustafa's happened. He's like, oh, where's Padme? Oh, she's with Obi Wan. He was the father. There you go. That's a lot more like Kenobi. Obviously, last episode I thought he was struggling quite a bit with his fights. He did a sort of a 2-on-1 and he got hurt quite a bit. But he's just taken down 3 out of the 5 I think there are quite quickly. Much more Kenobi-like. Still using the blaster and not the lightsaber. Obviously trying to keep his cover, but I mean, he just got discovered.
Come on. They'll have sent a transmission. We have to hurry. I'll take you the rest of the way.
Whew! We still got fucking Imperial spies in the Empire, is it? I like that. Rebel spies in the Empire, not Imperial spies. Fucking Senate clearly did their thing in the end of Revenge of the Sith, or the separate group, Rebel Alliance, before the Rebel Alliance. I know what I'm talking about.
Quinlan was here.
Yeah, he helps now and again.
Oh, Quinlan Voss! What a name call! That's banging. So he's still alive. Obviously they worked together looking for the heart that had been killed back in the Clone Wars, and there was an arc of Quinlan and Ventress where Ventress died, and I thought Quinlan turned, or he became grey or whatever, because he was always quite Quinlan Vossy about everything. But that's cool. I was hoping for maybe an Ahsoka call out, looking for something that said her name. I think that would have been really cool, especially to Obi-Wan, to find out that Anakin and Ahsoka are both alive in the space of like a day would have been really neat. But Quinlan Voss is still an awesome callback. He's here. Ooh. And if Obi-Wan, I'm not gonna lie, if Obi-Wan sensed Anakin, Anakin sensed Obi-Wan. There's no way about it. They need to fucking run. Although I do kind of want to see a fight, so maybe not. Look at the power. Finally, we're getting to see Vader's true power. Oh my god. Force strangled someone, whilst Force pushing someone, and Force snapped their neck. And he's all doing it to terrify, well, terrify him, but try and get Obi-Wan out. Because the Obi-Wan he knew wouldn't allow this to happen. He would have come out straight away. But this Obi-Wan's broken, like, mentally and physically, I think, a little bit. You know, he suffers from severe PTSD, and he's just been... He hasn't done this for 10 years. I don't know if he'd handle Vader. I don't know if it'd all come back to him that quickly. It's that for everything from what was going on to the score behind it, they've truly made him terrifying. Oh, we got 12-ish minutes left. That's including credits, so probably about 8. I'm so ready. This scene says so much in so little. You know, he's running, he's out of breath, and it says so much about Vader because he thinks he's got away, he's out of the main town, and he's just there. I'm terrified for Kenobi. Saber straight out. He's not taking any chances. He's ready. He's been waiting 10 years for this. And he's about to get his chance to take down Obi Wan. And he runs. He tried, and he runs. Oh. I don't know whether, because Obi-Wan is an incredible fighter. He everything he does gets in people's heads. Like, although it hasn't happened, the Maul fight that happens like in Rebels, where he puts the saber up, like Qui-Gon held it to trick Maul into trying the move. He tried to kill Qui-Gon. I have the high ground. There's many times Obi-Wan trolls people to get their egos above what their power is. So I don't know whether running is going to be part of that, to try and get Anakin into thinking this is going to be easy, or he's genuinely terrified. I do think he is just genuinely terrified this time.
You cannot run, Obi-Wan.
There it is! There it is! Oh, no hesitation that time. Boom! Lightsabers out. Oh, that looks glorious. I've been waiting for this. Oh my god. He's gonna have the high ground. He's gonna have the high ground. Oh no, he didn't. It would have been it would have been a nice sort of mirror of it if he did have the high ground. But there is possible high ground opportunities here. So whether we're going to see Darth Vader not make the same mistake or try and take the high ground for himself will be really cool. I don't know, it scared me, so I was going to stop it anyway. But You know, this fight is, well, I mean, it's an actual fight now, but it's perfect in a way because Obi-Wan knows he's not ready. Obi-Wan knows he's going to lose. He's older than Anakin. He's not done this for time. Vader's been conquering the fucking galaxy at this time. And he pulled, last time he pulled his lightsaber out. He asked Anakin, what have you become? What Anakin replied, what you made me. And to it, he then ran, and he keeps running, but now he's not going to have a chance. Anakin's got close. He's got the first blow. This is the first time their lightsabers have connected. He could see it. It's caught him off guard. This was like the perfect point to pause it. And I'm ready. I don't know if I'm going to pause it much through this fight. I'm so ready for this.
Go.
I do have to admit, she's good. Like, the fact she sussed it out, she came in, she was looking around, she knew what she was looking for. There's something about Reva that we still haven't explored, and she's incredibly talented, for an Inquisitor anyway. Wow, we're really seeing it. We're really seeing... Look at that stance. Vader looks so cool with the lights reflecting off of him. But Obi-Wan was on the fucking ground. He was on the floor. He was done. He's struggling. And Anakin using one hand, just winning. He's towered over him. He's dominating the fight. And it's terrifying. Wow, my hat to go off. My hat to go off. It's crazy. But not it was expected, but it's crazy how much Vader is dominating Obi-Wan. Like, he's just holding him like a fucking ragdoll with the Force.
Your pain has just begun.
Ow. This is dark. Making Obi-Wan suffer the same way you suffered. Very Vader. I think, fuck, she said her name. And I said, okay, that's her name for later on, I know I'll say it. But I think Rebel Girl's going to shoot at Vader and it's going to get her killed. Let's be honest. I love the patience Vader has here. You know, you're seeing it, he's not overly angry he's lost Obi-Wan, or we haven't seen that yet. He knows his strength now. He knows that he's alive. He knows he's out there. And he knows he can beat him. And for him to be taken away is just kind of panicking like, okay, I get to do this again. Like, I've made him suffer a little bit. And he's going to run and he's going to be scared. And I'm going to find him again. And it's going to happen all over again.
Close to me?
Unfortunately, they couldn't make it, but I'll take you from here.
Okay, it answers one of my questions I had earlier of how the Rebel Girl got out of the cave, because Reva clearly didn't find her on the way out. But my other question is how Reva knew what, unless she's been to these tunnels before, which might be the case because she saw the symbol on the wall. So unless she knew where it came out, which actually no, that makes more sense now. Okay, cool. Well. What an episode. So much happened. I think we need to dive into the main thing. The Vader Obi-Wan fight. I feel like we've analysed it a lot already as it is, but it was just perfect. It was it wasn't anything special or overbearing like the battle on Mustafar was. It wasn't fast. It wasn't all over. Not like Battle on Mustafar is one of my favourite fights, but this didn't need to be a replica of that because they're different people now. Obi-Wan's been out of it 10 years. Anakin's been out ruling in the galaxy, and especially leading up to it, Obi-Wan just running away and trying to avoid Vader. It shows his mental state, like in that he wasn't ready. We saw it when he found out Anakin was alive, and we're seeing it again. He knew he wasn't ready to fight Anakin, and this just gave Anakin the confidence he needed. He knew. Well, last time Obi-Wan obliterated him on Mustafar, so as you see, kind of straight away, where he pulls it. Obi-Wan walks around the corner and he's there. He whips the lightsaber straight out. He's not taking a chance. And then it takes Obi-Wan to run away twice. And then he's like, okay. He comes up behind him. He pulls the lightsaber. He strikes. And it's cautious still because he knows his master. He knows, he was trained by Obi-Wan for like 12 years, I think it was, or something like that. Even longer than that, I think, because they'd been together 10 years in Attack of the Clones, and then they had the Clone Wars as well, which I think went on for 3-4 years, so probably about 14 years. So he knew his tricks, so he still fight. The fight is cautious. Obi-Wan's playing the back foot. He is on the floor. He's all over the place. He's being hit by Anakin, who would be in his prime if he hadn't been chopped into many pieces. But regardless, Vader is in his prime. He is strong, confident, the ruler of the galaxy, effectively. And he is just obliterating Obi-Wan. He's putting him down, and Obi-Wan's just playing the back foot. And then he runs again for a third time. And then we see Anakin whips the fucking flammable rock-looking shit. And then he's choking Obi-Wan and he throws him into the fire. And he's like, this is where your pain begins. Or he says something along those lines. Tala shoots, saves Obi-Wan. But it really, it shows that 10 years is a long time. Like, it's over half my life, 10 years. And Obi-Wan hasn't used the Force since, well, other than saving Leia, he hasn't used the Force, he hasn't used his lightsaber, he hasn't fought, he's been in solitude, dealing with all of this mess from Order 66, and now he's fighting the person he trained, who he thought was dead, and he couldn't handle it. He wasn't ready, and the fight perfectly shows that. Now to talk about something other than the fight. Reva, let's talk about her. She dominates. Literally, like, she commands, she's fierce, she has this drive that none of the other Inquisitors don't seem to have. Fifth brother definitely doesn't have the drive she has, and she definitely has this thing with Kenobi. We're seeing this. She has this drive to catch Kenobi. She wants to be the one to do it, and I had something else to say. I've completely lost my train of thought. Yes, she has this drive to find Kenobi. And we're really seeing like this ferocity from her. Like, she killed the Grand Inquisitor last episode because she wasn't getting what she wants. She then argued with Fifth Brother this episode, just saying like, who do you think's going to be by Vader's side when this is all over? Saying, you're following my orders. And then Fifth Brother doesn't have this drive she has. We haven't seen Fifth Brother light his lightsaber, first of all, or the other girl who I think might be fourth sister. It actually hasn't been said in the series because I've been waiting to pick it up on it, but I looked on IMDb, I think it's fourth. And she's been Well, I think she's popped up for the first. Oh no, popped up briefly last episode and been kind of a bigger part in this one, but it's done fuck all still. But she's really taking this lead on the Inquisitors. She wants to be by Vader's side, but she has more to do with Kenobi. And we're seeing a bit more from her past. I'm assuming from sort of in the end at the tunnel, she goes and finds the symbol, she rubs it. Something's connected with that for her. So I think we've seen a bit more of something going on there, but I'm not too sure. We've got 3 episodes left. It's more than enough time. We've had our Vader Obi Wan fight. I reckon we might get another one, but for me, this one's kind of done it. Like, it's done what it needed to do to breach the gap between this and A New Hope. Because I still think my theory about Obi-Wan connecting with Qui-Gon's going to happen in episode 6. And from that, we're going to know that Obi-Wan, in these next 9 years, will connect and learn how to become a Force Ghost and have that journey, kill Maul, all of this, meet Ezra. And then in A New Hope, he obviously distracts Vader and dies, but he doesn't want to win that fight because he knows why he's there. He knows he's there to kind of die and distract Vader for a bit whilst Luke and everyone else is doing that. This fight, if we do get another fight, I'd want it to be more two-sided. This was a beating. This wasn't a fight. This was a beating Vader gave Obi-Wan. He wiped the floor with him, and I said I wouldn't talk about it again, didn't I? But I am. But yeah, I'd like to see another one, but I won't cry if we don't. So what my point was, if in these 3 episodes, if we do explore Reva and whatever's going to happen with the Grand Inquisitor, because he's got to pop back up for Rebels, I don't mind. So, you know, that's something I'm open to, as long as we're kind of getting the next steps of the story, because Reva has Leia. Obi-Wan's going back for her. I want to see a duel with Reva. I'm more interested in a Reva Obi-Wan duel now than a Obi-Wan Vader. I think if it's going to be any way around it, you've got to either have Reva Obi-Wan next, or episode 5, and then episode 6 you could pull off another Vader Obi-Wan to close the show. But whatever they do, I know they're going to nail it. We've had 3 episodes which are 10 out of 10. So I'm not worried that they're going to fuck it up. They know what they're doing. Anything else? I think the main things have been picked up on, you know. Tala, I'd be a bit more interested in a bit of her background. To see any more sort of rebels and stuff like that would be cool. But then again, or Quinlan Vos if he popped up, because obviously what he wrote in the message about the only way to see is by closing your eyes and then you see the way, or something along those lines, and it kind of resonated with Obi-Wan. And they obviously have history together after chasing Zero, and I took a bit more of a background check into it after the episode. He advocated for him to come back to the Jedi Council after he turned and became Count Dooku's apprentice for a bit. So yeah, Quinlan Vos pop up. Any more cameos I'm pretty happy with. You know, the Quinlan Vos name drop was awesome this episode. But yeah, I think we'll get a Qui-Gon cameo kind of at the end. But anything else in that next space would be a treat, really. I know it's not really this series' job to do cameos and make extra stories. This was an Obi-Wan show. This is a limited series to do that, and the same with Ahsoka. When that comes out next year, I don't want it to be like breaching off to other stuff. I'm sure Ahsoka will do more than just, because this is breaching a gap of, you know, what happens to Obi-Wan. Ahsoka's a different character because she's not dead. We know where she is, and her story's still to continue. So Ahsoka will probably lead to a live action Rebels or something like that. I'm not too sure. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed, remember to like and subscribe. Let me know what you thought of the duel. Let me know your theories for the rest of the series. Your theories behind Reva. I'm really interested about theories behind Reva. She's just a really interesting character we know so little about. I don't think she'll die. I think the only like spin-off we'll get will be about Reva from this. But yeah, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.